as long as I'm at this company and with this organization, this is an award that we're going to continue to do and honor James's legacy and the values that he gave us a great example for. So we don't have Cindy, but I have talked Mr. Paul G. Hunt, last year's winner, into helping us present the awards. So at this time, I'm going to ask Paul G. and also our sales and leadership team, Mark Vick and Mark Niblo, John Moose, if y'all come up on stage with me, we'll get our awards going. As they're coming up on stage, what I want to do is just recognize all of the nominees. So give another round of applause to all of them. And at this time, I'm going to let Paul, I'm going to hand the mic over to Paul, and he's going to say a few words about our friend James and introduce another little video that we have. So, Paul, the mic is yours, sir.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all coming in today. Thank you. It was truly an honor last year to receive this award from this outstanding man, James Weatherly. We go back many, many years. Just a dear, dear friend. And did y'all know he was a quick learner? Yeah, he could be slow, but first time James went on a sales route with me was in southern Missouri in the Mark Twain National Forest. And James was out of course, Texas. And so he had a product that he was showing. It was called Deter. And it was D-E-T-E-U-R. You remember that product? Deter. So James is down here in the Ozarks talking about Deter. Trying to sell Deter down in the Ozarks. So after 2 stops of trying to sell Deter without any luck, I said, James, let me take over, please. So the next stop we go in, and I said, and Deter was designed to deter bugs, like Permanon or something like that. So I said, we got this new product, it's called Deter. And so they purchased 6 cans of Deter. So James learned very quickly the rest of the stops that he sold Deter the rest of the trip at every stop. So he was a quick learner. So, truly a courageous man. To even be mentioned in the same breath with James was the honor of a lifetime, and just so special to me. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about James. Tremendous man of faith, courage, perseverance. He got his diagnosis and they gave him 6 months. James lasted 47 months. 1 month for every year that James was married to Miss Cindy. So God is special that way, and he gives us those special moments and also gives us that time with loved ones that we need to complete our task at hand. And James loved Texas. I mean, everything was bigger in Texas. That's why I called him Big Tex. Everything's bigger in Texas. So we took a trip in 2019 down the western coast on the Highway 101. Am I saying that right, Chad? Is that the road out there, 101? And we got down to the big Avenue of the Giants. Is that where the big trees are? Okay, so James goes, golly, would you look at the size of these trees? Are you believing this? And I said, I bet y'all didn't have trees this big in Texas, do you, James? He goes, we did millions of years ago. He said, now we call it oil. Again, I can't emphasize how special that award is, and again, we would pray so much together, and he was a tremendous man of faith. And I will tell all the Durvet personnel here, you get to know somebody when you travel thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of miles with them in a vehicle. You get to know their families on an intimate level, and he did not speak ill of anyone at the company. the vendors. He always prayed for everyone, and he was truly he may not go down in the history books, you know, you may not read about him in the history books, but as far as the animal health organization, James Weatherly will never be forgotten.
We're going to do something a little different this year. We're going to recognize the sales-oriented person, like the video said. That's what this award was originally created for, was to recognize somebody that held the values in their daily lives as a sales professional in the industry. So we're going to do that, but we also are going to do something a little extra, and we're going to recognize an individual that we're calling a Lifetime Achievement Award of being a servant leader. So we've got two awards tonight. We'll start off with the Sales Rep Award, and John Moose is going to do the honors of presenting this award.
Hi guys. I don't know if I'm the biggest guy at Duravet, but I'm the biggest whiny butt. Because I was fine until we saw that video, so we're going to get through this. But anyways, it's truly an honor and a privilege to be able to present this award. Anybody that knew James, I mean, he was an incredible guy, and anybody that knows the effect he had on this industry in the past, since he passed away, there's not a day I don't sit and ask James up there, because that's where we know he is, you know, how would you do this better? How would you serve people better? How would you help people better? Yeah, he's had a profound effect on me. I know he's had a profound effect on the organization. So anyways, with that, it's really great Paul G won it the first year, because when you think of the attributes that go into this award, honesty, integrity, the servant's heart, serving others, helping other people to get what they want. That's all about this man. That was all about James Weatherly. And the guy we picked this year, he was nominated many times, but he definitely is an example of all these attributes. So I'm really honored and really proud to be able to present this. So anyways, I've known this guy for about 20 years. One of the coolest things about this nomination, there were multiple nominations, but the one that really moved me was there was a nomination for this man from a company he doesn't even work for. How cool is that? You know, just lays it out. So, been about 20 years, seems like it was yesterday. We used to go on road trips together. We'd go up through Idaho, down through Montana, back through Montana, through Western Washington. Best weeks of my life. And we saw a lot of stuff, but that wasn't it. It was just hanging out. And this guy deserves it. And I'd like to present this award to Chad Waterman from BSI.
Paul said he said something, so I have to too. I knew James from these meetings for about 25 years, and I didn't spend hours and days and weeks on the road with him, but I truly relished every moment that I had with this man. You felt his faith and his dedication to the industry, to the people. he was just a very amazing man, and I don't know how how I got nominated for this. I don't know, you just, I don't know, you should feel worthy, and I don't know that I feel worthy after being with James and seeing the kind of individual he was and who he was. He was just a fantastic man, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to our Lifetime Achievement Award, and I'm going to turn it over to Paul to present this award with just a quick story. So this individual has been a huge mentor of mine over the years. I went and rode with this man when I was 26 years old. He almost killed me. Literally, he almost killed me. He doesn't eat. He's not wired like a human. More like a robot. I don't understand it still today. It was about the first day I'm riding with him, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody told me to pack a lunch or snacks. And I said, hey, could we pull over and get some food? And I was kicked out on the side of the road because the man's work ethic is off the charts. And I had no idea if he was coming back to get me. I was standing on the side of the road with his hot dog and my hamburger. And about 15 minutes later, here he came. And I was very happy about that because I did not know how I was going to get home. This individual has served on our board of directors. This is his 4th term serving on our board of directors, so that'll be 16 years of service when he completes this term. When I first took over this position, it was one of my first board meetings, and I was sitting at breakfast with this individual, and he could tell I was a bit uptight, a little tense, and he looked across the table at me and he said, Todd, this board of directors has your back and I have your back. And the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. So appreciate this person more than you can ever imagine. But with that, Paul G., Mike is yours again.
Hello again. I first met this gentleman, let me back up. I was dating a girl named Joyce Hammerly in Bigelow, Arkansas when I was 17 years old. And Bigelow, Arkansas was a population of 38, so there wasn't a lot to get from, but she did have shoes. I did too at the time. But she lived by a cemetery. And you're going to think this is weird, but I think this is God's providence here. There was a tombstone in that cemetery that caught my eye. And it said Lipsmeyer on it. And it's one of those words that just, it sticks. It's not a common name. And years later, I'll tell you the rest of the story in a second, but just hold on to that thought. So I moved to Northwest Arkansas when I was 18 years old, and we started playing ball, and there was this gentleman who had a lot more hair than he currently has now. And yes, Lipsmeyers can have hair, I've seen it. And what an encourager on the ball field. As a young man and you're impressionable and you're a long ways from home, and just to have someone believe in you and see in you something that sometimes you don't even see in yourself is a rare quality. And I believe at that time he was probably 29, 30 years old, and I looked up to this man. He was a father figure or a big brother figure when I didn't have anybody else around. And I've watched him over the years, and just the life that he breathes into people. You work for him because you're not afraid you'll lose your job. You work for him not because it's what your mom and dad always taught you to do. You work for him because he leads from example, and you don't want to let him down. And that's a rare quality to want to strive, no matter when someone, it's kind of like God. God's always watching us, and he sees us whenever, when nobody else sees us. It's the same way with this gentleman. The presence, and I'm not comparing him to God, even though his faith is strong. I'm just saying that's the kind of person that you want to work for and you want to do good for, because his presence is always there because you just want to succeed, and he breathes that light into you. He breathes that breath into you. I believe this award is long overdue. He leads by example. He will still go out in the warehouse and pull orders when you're behind. You won't outwork him, I promise you that. I've died trying almost, but it's just not going to happen. And he is a true icon in this industry. In my eyes, between my two grandparents and my father and James Weatherly, this man here has helped me in so many ways and motivated me, and I give him a lot of the credit. He is K&K Vet Supply Service is our name. He is Mr. Kenny Lipsmeyer. You know, as a young man, he was By the way, Lifetime Achievement Award Servant Heart winner.
Not sure what to say. I'm like Chad. You'll have to edit that, okay? Something I have in common with James Weatherly is the one thing we prided ourselves over the years, and that's we're 52 models.
Yeah.
James Weatherly and myself were born in 1952, and we didn't know anything but to work hard and to give ourselves to others. That's the way we thought we could be successful in this life, in what we do, and be proud of what we do, and be thankful for what we have. And I believe James was the epitome of that. And I do believe that he thought everything was bigger in Texas, because when he would come to my office, he would have a stack of printed out papers that were about this tall. And we'd be talking a little bit, and he knew I was busy. He said, "Kenny, I'm just going to leave this with you, and you can go through it whenever you have time, but I think you need to see some stuff in here." But, he'd stay up a lot of the night printing that out at Durvet before he would drive down to Arkansas to give that stack of papers to me. But he was everything Paul said. He gave his life to his family, to his country, to his customers, to his job, but most of all to his Almighty God. And if you have God on your side, you will not lose. Be successful in everything you do. Whether you realize it or not, at some point in time, you will find your way down his path, and he will guide you to his kingdom. It's not rocket science, folks. It's reality. But I tell you, you can't be successful without the people that you have around you. And I have some really great people around me. Paul's one of the best. Mike Cox, his name was mentioned. We called him scrub number 1 because there was 3 of us that started KVET Supply. My brother David, my partner Kelly, and Mike came in 3 months later. And Mike, thank you for all you've done for this company and the ideas that you brought forth. I want to keep you ever on top of that Servant's Award because you deserve that for sure. So thank you for that. Paul G., thank you for the man you've become. It's very, very impressive what you've made yourself. And you talk about quick learners. Paul did learn quickly that he needed to get his life right. Took him like a baseball hat against his head, but he managed. He managed, and I'm very proud of the person, the man, and the salesperson he's become, and he definitely deserved that first award. And Chad, I'm sure that you were right there at the top of that too, and I'm proud of what you've accomplished in your lifetime. Folks, just follow the golden rule in your lives, in your career, and that's treat others like you want to be treated, and you will be successful. And thank DurVet for the company it's become. They are they're something else. They're growing by leaps and bounds. Todd's done a fantastic job bringing them out of the 19th century. And he's to be commended for that. But he's got a great team behind him. All these people that you see here from DurVet are just, they're multi-talented, they're vibrant, they have a lot of energy, and follow their lead because they're giving us some wonderful things for our customer base to keep our customers in business and keep us all strong out here in this economy. And I'm proud of all of them. And just want to say one more thing, and that's God bless America. Thank you all.
All right, let's give Mr. Kenny and Mr. Chad and all of our nominees one more round of applause.